Hello friends and family, this is Liz with Liz's Crafts, and I have another craft video for you. So today we're going to take this cork board project here that I got from Goodwill. It cost me $2, and all I did was take a Clorox wipe and wipe it down, get any sticky stuff off of it from the price tags. So today we're going to be using Magnolia Design stencil and chalk paste. We're going to use the Just Breathe here. We're not going to use the arrow and the feathers hanging down or anything like that. We're just going to use the Just Breathe. I will put a link to the stencil and the chalk paste in the description. And the chalk paste we're using is coal black, and we'll be using our cut apart squeegee. Now this is not a whole squeegee, it's one that I cut a piece off of. So you want to cut them down to manageable pieces. So I'm just taking my stencil off the backing, and I'm going to place it on my board here on the pocket. I'm going to try to get it in the center. Or as close to it as possible, and then I'm just pressing it down and feeling for any air bubbles or wrinkles or whatever, because you don't want that in there. And I've already used the stencil a couple times, so I didn't fuzz it, but if you were using it for the first time, you would need to fuzz it. So now that I have my stencil placement on my board, I'm going to take my chalk paste on my squeegee, and I'm just going to push it through, and I'm going to turn it upside down because it would probably be easier to not get any of the other, the arrow or anything in my design if I go from the bottom up. And if I do get some on it, I could probably wipe it off with a wipe. I need to get this E, the end of the E here, pretty good. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to turn it around so that I can get the J. I see a little bit of the bottom peeking through, so I'm going to try to get all of that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm just putting the excess back into my pot here, putting the lid on, and I'll probably give this a couple squirts of distilled water so that it doesn't dry out any further. So this is what we have. And I'm just going to peel this back. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice? I did get it over to this side a little further than I wanted. So maybe instead of 2 flowers, I'm only going to put 1 flower. We will see. So since I can't get to my sink right now and my sponge, I'm just going to put my stencil in the water, and where my chalk paste is on the stencil, I'm just pushing it down in the water and swirling it a little bit so that it'll get that chalk paste out of my stencil and it won't dry in there. And these are reusable stencils. You can use them over and over and over, and they make your projects look wonderful. Doesn't that look great? Okay, so we're going to set this aside to dry, and then I'm going to show you how to make these flowers. So I have a 3.5 inch scallop circle, and I got this punch from Hobby Lobby. And then I have this 3-inch scallop circle that I also got from Hobby Lobby. Now you want to get these, they're pretty expensive when they're 50% off. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I have this book here. Now this is just an old book that was in my son's room that we cleaned out last year. And the pages are yellow, and you know, it's just an old book, and I have a bunch of these. So I'm just going to cut them up and use them for my craft projects. Better than throwing them away. So I'm just going to cut out a few pages. And I'm going to do 4 of each size. So I want 4 of the 3.5 inch and 4 of the 3-inch circles. So you could probably get 2 off of each page. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. That might be enough, so we'll see. So I think I'll go ahead and do the bigger ones first. So I want to put it in here so that I get mostly just the words and no none of the outside edges. So it looks like you get one of the big ones on a page. Okay, let's take a look at these. So this is what we have. Got 2 of those. And actually, since I want to make 2 flowers, I'm going to have to do 8 big ones and 8 little ones. So I'm going to have to cut out some more pages. Okay, so we have enough of the big ones for 1 flower. Let's get some more pages here. We got 2 pages. See what we can do with these. You want to make sure that your paper is all the way into the back of your puncher. Sometimes it gets a little hung up. I have 2. I want 2 more. So we have our 4 big ones for our second flower, and now we want to go to our smaller flower. And I want 8 of these also. And you could get 2 of these off of each page. Come on out. Sometimes it gets a little cantankerous, so you want to be sure you pull this out. Okay, so we have 4 for 1 flower. Put that on there. And then we need 4 more for our next flower. Okay, that worked perfectly. Just enough room. Okay, come on out. We have those 2. We need 2 more. 2 more. Okay. This one here. And you want to make sure that when you look at these, you have whole flower pieces, whole circles. Sometimes you might get it on the edge and not have a whole one. So there we have that. Okay, now this is a really simple flower to do, but it looks really good. So you want to use your big ones first, and you're just going to separate them out. Separate out your little ones. Put them with whatever side you want up, and then decide which piece you want to be the outside edge and which ones you want to be the inside edges. So all you do is you put a little drop of hot glue in the center, and then you just take the next large one and you put it right on top of that. Put another little drop of glue, take the next large one, place it on top of that one, and you just keep doing this until you use all the pieces. So you want all 4 of the big ones at the bottom, and now you want to do your smaller ones. So again, you're just putting a drop of glue. You want to try to get this one in the center. Another drop of glue. Put this one on, drop of glue. Put that one on. Another drop of glue, and then your last one. Now you can do this part in 2 different ways. I like to do it this way better. I like to go ahead and put my bead on it. Now these are glass beads that have little bumpy stuff on them, and they're 12 millimeter. So I think that's a good size to use. So I'm just gonna put glue on the flat end where the hole is, and so yes, the hole, one of the holes is going to be up, but I'm okay with that. So now what you want to do is you want to take your flower, the top one, and you're just going to crunch it up around the bead. So just like this. And you're going to do that with each section. So there's 4 small ones. So we're on the second one. Now we're doing the third one. If you have any glue strings, take those off. Okay, so far we've done 3 of the small ones, and this is what it looks like. And now we want to do our last small one, and then we want to start doing the large ones. And you just do it the same way. You're just folding it up, crunching it. So remember, you have 4 small and 4 large. Okay, so we've done 2 of the large ones. Starting to look like a flower. Okay, and now we're going to do the last one. So the last one, I just like to hold it up like this. Take my hand like that, and then scrunch it. So this is what we have. And then you start opening it up. So you want to go to where your bead is. So this is what you have. This is your flower. Isn't that pretty? I love these, and they're so simple to make, and they look so nice. So, I really wanted to put this here, but it's going to cover up my E, and if I put it there, it's going to cover up the J and the U. So I guess I'm only going to do 1 flower, and I'm going to put it right in the center at the top. So we can go ahead and do that other flower, and we can use it for another project. So the bead that I used was a dark gray. But you can use whatever color bead you want. I've done these before with yellow beads, with brown beads, you know, blue beads, just whatever you like. Okay, so this is our project. What do you think? So this board was $2. I got the stencil, and I've already used it a couple times, so this is like my 3rd time using this. And the paper was free because it was some books that I was going to throw away in my son's room. I mean, he's 30-some years old, and I finally cleaned out his room. And then you have your beads. So, like I said, I got this board at Goodwill for $2. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. But anyway, you know what? We could put some feathers here. Let me do that, because I was going to put my flowers, and since they don't work, I think I'm going to put some feathers. And I have these wood cutouts, laser cutouts, and I have some that have, I think I have some that have feathers. Find them. I could be wrong. Keys. I guess I don't have feathers. Wait. What is this? Okay, I got butterflies and crosses, birds, and these I got at the Dollar Tree. I have keys. Could have sworn I had some feathers. I have some sea life, some owls, more sea life, and stars, clocks, clock faces. I have some insects and flowers. So I guess I don't. Well, you know what? I could use a flower. Yeah, I think I'll do that. We'll use one of these flowers here. So, if you find these at your Dollar Tree, pick them up, because these are pretty cool. They're just laser cut, you know, flowers, animals, insects, whatever. But they're $1 and you get 6 of them, 2 of each design. So I think I'm going to put 1 or 2 of these on here, on either side of the Just Brave. It was not my original plan, but kind of like it. I'm thinking just one. So out of these here, I'm using this one right here. It's a rose. And then I'm just going to hot glue this in places where there's more of the wood piece. I can't even say that it's wood. It's probably MDF board or something. It's what they make everything out of. Okay, I think that's good. Well, let me put a little bit more on this leaf here. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. There we go. What do you think? Is this something you might try? So these have these two triangle hooks here that you hang on the wall like this. You can put some notes down in here, like this could be a message board, or if you have mail, you could put your mail here and then just pin messages that you might have. You could put this in the living room or in your kitchen. And then just remember to just breathe. Just breathe. Alrighty, well that's what I have for you today, my crafty friends, and I'll be back with another video later, tomorrow. But until then, keep crafting. Bye. Love y'all.